Fellow viewers, sometimes at work, you need to share a file and you want that file should be accessible only for a certain period of time. When that time expires, the file should no longer be accessible. Let me show you how you can accomplish that using S3 presign URL. First, you need to create an S3 bucket and make sure that the bucket policies are updated. Then you will need to generate the presign URL. If you don't know how to do step 1 all the way to 4, watch my video how to create and make objects in S3 bucket public. I will share the link in the comment section. But let me show you how to generate a presign URL, which will only be accessible for 2 minutes, just for demonstration. And after that, the user will not be able to access it again. This can also be used maybe if you want to share videos with some people just to, have a preview. Then after that, they will not be able to access it, or read files, any type of file that you can upload to S3. You can generate this presign URL and define the time that the user can access it. You are completely in control of that. The maximum number of hours would be 12 hours. And the minutes, I think it's 720 minutes or so, we'll find out. So how do you do this? So in the previous video, we created this bucket and we made changes to the bucket policy, which I showed you how to do it. Okay. Now, let me show you how to generate the presign URL. So you're going to open the bucket and go into the folder. Let me go back here and start all over. This is the bucket. You click on it. Then you select the file that you want to make generate the presign URL. Then you're going to click on action and say share with presign URL. This is where you define the number of minutes or hours that you want this URL to be available. For this case, we're just going to say 2 minutes. But if you select hours, you can see that it is between 1 and 12 hours. If you select minutes, it is between 1 minute and 720 minutes. Note that when you hit create, this URL will automatically be copied to your clipboard, as the message here says. So if I hit create, remember this file will only be available to the user for 2 minutes. That's what we're defining here. So we hit create. You can paste the file, the URL here, if you choose to, just to see how a presign URL looks like. But let's try to access it. So we're pasting it here, and we can see the content of that file. Let's see what will happen after 2 minutes. Now it's 4:31. So we're going to try to access it again, maybe by 4:32 or so, or 33, and see whether we'll still be able to access it. While we wait, let's look at how a presign URL looks like. You can see that it is a secure protocol, HTTPS, and this first piece of it is your bucket name, then the region, and the Amazon endpoint or domain, then followed by some characters. Then it finally has a signature here. But this is how the presign URL looks like. So we have generated a presign URL and we were able to access it, correct, here. But we know that this presign URL, we created it to last only for 2 minutes, right? So we are waiting for the 2 minutes to expire, and we'll try to access it again and see whether it's still there. Okay, again, this is the S3 bucket, and this is the pre-signed URL. So let's try to access it. Okay, now you can see that it's no longer available. The time has expired, right? The time that this was created for has expired, and you can no longer access it. So that is how you can generate a pre-signed URL and share it with people to access. If you learn from this video, kindly subscribe to receive more beautiful content like this one. Take care.